Alright, here we are for a run and driving video of our all original 78 F250. You know, it's had a little bit of paint work. Hopefully you guys caught the other video. But I really believe this thing's at 60,000 original miles. We've had a ton of these trucks from the 60s and 70s throughout the last 12 years. And this thing is the nicest one that we've had. That's original. And when you look around the seals and you look, it's got all original glass. You know, I think you guys, hopefully you can catch the video underneath, all the dealer markings. I think it's got original brakes. A bunch of the stuff underneath the hood is all original. A bunch of the little, you know, like the thing around the thermostat housing, all the vacuum lines are original, not cracked. So all that stuff, you know, along with everything else I did in the video, kind of, you know, to me points to this thing's got 60,000, along with the door felts and stuff. But I'll take you inside here. I'll fire it up in just a minute. It is warmed up from the shop, but see, the driver's side window is a little bit tight going down, so you might want to continue to lube this thing up. But you can see the wing window's got the nylon bushing still, really nice and tight. I mean, it's not gonna be flopping around in the wind. I doubt it's been open very much. But you can see the seal, I mean, how clean this is with little holes, but it is a little flat here, so you're gonna get a little bit of wind noise, and it's wore down here a little bit. But you can get these things for pretty cheap. But this being, you know, if this truck had been repainted, you know, or as a custom or been restored, you know, we'd go through and replace that. But try to keep everything on this truck as original as possible, because it just kind of shows. I mean, you look at the condition of the rubbers here, otherwise it's amazing. Again, it's a little flat here. It's gonna get some wind noise. Passenger window rolls down really nice and smooth. Door locks are great. You can see the wing window's still got its nylon bushing. Go around here. I mean, the sun's popping out here, but this truck is just amazing. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on the four ways. You can see the arrows going here. Hopefully with the sun you can see it. All the bulbs are working. Hopefully you can see that there. See that there. And then, so also the turn signal cam's in good condition. You'll hear it click for the turn signals. It's not broken or loose in there. Go ahead and turn on the lights. And one thing that's cool, or it's kind of weird about Fords, they'll put the e-brake on, but you turn the ignition on and you put it in reverse, you can test your reverse lights. Not really sure why that is that way, but you can see that they're working, so it's kind of cool for me, being at least when I'm working by myself. You know, I can see that everything's working. It's a little bit bright here, but hopefully you can see the 194 bulbs working in there. Working here, working right there. Headlights are really nice and clear. You can see the bottom lights are working, and then hopefully you can see that guy. So go ahead and turn those off. Tailgate rattling a little bit. Flowmaster exhaust sounds killer. Not too loud, gives it a killer muscle truck sound. Fords just have a distinct sound. Hood pops up nice. Still a two-handed operation. You know, a little bit of exhaust manifold leak that you'll hear. So it's just got a little bit of a feathering sound, but when you're in the cab, you really don't notice, and you don't get any fumes. So. All right, gonna get my seatbelt on and get ready to rumble here. Windshield wipers work good, but it's really warm out, so I don't want to go too long. Go to the heater, you'll hear that kick on. Gets nice and warm in here. The AC is all hooked up and everything, just doesn't work. Probably gonna need, you know, conversion over to 134. I've seen some kits of R12 on like eBay and stuff, so you might be able to get that to go, but everything seems to be working. The belt's hooked up, so it's not froze up, but it's just really, really original in that hood, which is just killer to find. Stereo does not work. Oh, I heard a little bit of sound there. You might be able to get her to come too, but I mean, it's the AM stereo, so you can see the temp gauge, alternator gauge, fuel gauge. Right now it's on auxiliary. Main is the front tank, and it's coming up a little bit. You'll see it's a little bit past quarter tank. Heater works crazy good, so it doesn't have a tachometer or nothing, so hopefully you guys can hear the shifts change with the Blowmaster exhaust. Just drives really nice and smooth. Of course, you know, it's got the aerodynamics of a brick. You can see the self-canceling on the turn signals. You can see the turn signal working there. Alright, hopefully we're going to get out here and get into some traffic speeds. Give her some gas. You know, the visor shakes a little bit because it doesn't have that little nylon or that little dowel that goes in there. But you can see this thing just drives killer. Tires don't have any weather cracks. They're like really square. The rubber's still nice and soft. Picking up some rocks out of the tires there if you heard a little ting ting. Again, you know, full tune-up. You know, with the fuel system, fuel filter, motorcraft, of course, fuel pump, just because, you know, it is old. I mean, it was all there working, but, you know, did a coil just because I like that to be going on. It's got electronic ignition, which is great. Go ahead and give it some gas. But, it's just a killer truck. We'll exit off here. You know, it's really, the brake pedal is a little bit stiff, but it stops good every time. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and turn here. Stops really nice and smooth. Got some potholes here. You can see it soaks it up nice. More potholes. No dash rattle, no door panel rattle. They've never been off. No, you know, you get a lot of these old trucks and sometimes it has 4 different types of heads of screws. You know, you might have a Torx, a square, flathead, Phillips, missing some, cracks. This truck just has none of that. It's never been apart. You know, it's kind of, depends on who the next owner is. I mean, somebody that's gonna just put a couple miles on it a year, like I would do, you know, I'd probably just leave it just as if. If you plan on stacking some miles on it, putting a couple, you know, 1,000 miles on it, then you might want to go through and take it a little bit further, maybe replace all the brake lines, stuff like that. But it's just cool to see. Kind of shows the heritage of the truck, you know, with the DOT sticker still on the brake line. You can see the paint on the calipers. It's still got the original calipers. Nice tight corners. You can see that the steering wheel wants to return to center. It gives me just enough resistance like you want to do through the 90s here. You know, if it's a worn out steering box, you're going to be way overturning it and you're going to be fishing down that that center again. Just really nice, you know, half rotation. No pop through the 4-barrel. It's got the 460. No, you're not gonna be able to. Still got the old 3-speed automatic, so you're not gonna be able to do any crazy speeds, you know, on the highway. But you can do highway speeds, and just got a great sound to it. Just a little bit of feather from underneath the hood, which is kind of common with these older motors, but. Alrighty, so, alright everybody, this is Going at No Reserve.